Hi friends, welcome back to the class of thermodynamics. In today's session we will see about energy. In our previous session we have seen about first law of thermodynamics and the some numericals based on it. Okay, in today's session we will see about energy. Okay. Now, what is energy? Capacity to do work is energy. Capacity to do work is called as energy. Okay. Now we will see about energy, what are different types. Now, energy represented by E. It consists of three parts. What are those three parts? Internal energy, it is represented by U. Kinetic energy, potential energy. Okay, so the energy is nothing but summation of internal energy, kinetic energy, and potential energy. Okay, there can be other energies also, but we are considering only this much only for our purpose, thermodynamic subject purpose. Okay, now if we neglect kinetic energy and potential energy, then then energy is consisting only of one part, that is nothing but internal energy. When kinetic energy and potential energy are absent, there remains only one energy, which is internal energy. Okay, now the first law of thermodynamics will become Q equals to delta U plus W. Previously it was delta E, change in energy. Now here, because energy consists of three parts: internal energy, kinetic energy, and potential energy, and out of that we are neglecting kinetic energy and potential energy, so delta E will become equals to delta U. So our first law of thermodynamics will convert into Q equals to del U plus W. Q is nothing but heat transfer, W is nothing but work transfer. Okay, now we are going to summarize what we have studied in our previous sessions and today's session. So first law for a cycle. What is the first law for a cycle? Cyclic integral, this is symbol of cyclic integral. This is integration, and in between a O symbol is there, so which represents a cycle. Okay, so cyclic integral of heat transfer del Q will be equals to cyclic integral of work transfer, means del W. Now this was for cycle. For process it will be, you can write Q minus W equals to delta E, or Q equals to delta E plus W. It's up to you. Both are correct. For isolated system, if system is isolated, then Q is also 0 and work is also 0. Why? Because in isolated system there is no energy transfer. Okay, so this is the summary. Now coming to, actually energy is nothing but, we have seen till now two kind of things: property and path function. Okay, property and path function. Property are known as point function. So energy is nothing but a kind of a property of system, means energy is a point function, as you can see in this graph. Okay, this graph is nothing but graph between P and V. P represents pressure, V represents volume. There is state 1, state 2. Now there is some process which is taking from state 1 to 2 to the path A, to the path A. Now while returning from 2 to 1, while returning from 2 to 1, there are two paths, path B and path C. Okay, as you can see in the picture, when we are coming from 1 to 2, we are following the path A, but while returning back from 2 to 1, there are two paths B and C. So how the energy operates, how the energy works, you can see here. For process A and B, for process A and B, means from 1 to 2 and again 2 to 1 through path B. So it will be a cyclic process, starting from 1 coming to 2 and again going to 1. It will be a cyclic process. For cyclic process, total heat transfer equals to total work transfer. So work transfer will be in two processes, process A and process B. Or you can say path A and path B. Similarly, heat transfer will be also in two paths A and B. You can say process A and B. So bring all heat transfer, or we can say all energy transfer in one side, means energy transfer for process A on one side, energy transfer for process B on one side. Okay, so this Q minus W will nothing but delta E. Q minus W is nothing but delta E. So this thing is plus delta E, this thing is reverse, so minus delta E. So you are getting this relationship for energy for two processes. Okay, now taking A and C. This was about A and B. Now taking A and C. So similar way, you will get this relation delta EA, which is common in both A and B and A and C. Both A is common. So delta EA will be equal to minus delta AC. So from these two equations, what you will get when you will equate these two, you will get delta EB equals to delta EC. Okay. So whether it is path B or path C, energy is a property, so it doesn't depend on the path. It is same for the both path or both the processes. It only depends on the points or states. That is a point function or it is a property. Okay, this is how you can prove anything, whether it is path function or point function. Point function means property. Anything you can prove in this way. Okay, now next thing, very important topic, PMM1. This is a kind of machine. Full form is perpetual motion machine of first kind. PMM1, perpetual motion machine of first kind. Okay, so what is this? Perpetual means it is imaginary, it doesn't exist, it is imaginary. Now this is a figure. You can see a engine is there. Engine is our system. From it work is going out, means it is giving work output. Work is going out means it is producing work output. Okay, and it is represented by solid line. Another energy transfer is in the form of heat Q, but this is dotted. This is dotted. Now what is this thing? I will explain. Just see this statement, what it is written, and try to visualize or analyze. There can be no machine which would continuously supply mechanical work without some other form of energy disappearing simultaneously. What does you mean by this? In a word, there is no such machine which can continuously produce work output. There is no machine which can continuously produce work output without any other energy. Without any other energy. Now, what does it mean? Means suppose this Q is not there. Suppose this Q is not there. So what will be our figure? This engine and this W. Okay, there is no Q. Forget about this. There will be engine and work output. Okay, so there is no machine which can continuously put work output without any other form of energy. That can be anything. Other form of energy can be anything. Here we are taking Q as another form of energy, heat. So it we have represented it by dot dot. Why? Because it is disappearing. There is nothing. So we have shown it by dot dot. But if it is there, then okay. But in present case, we are assuming that it is not there, so we are representing it by dot dot. This is nothing but your PMM1 machine, precious machine. So this kind of machine is impossible because there is no machine. Actually, there is no machine. If you are not giving any input, how a thing can give output continuously? Think over it. Without giving any input, how a machine or anyone can work? It is not possible. No? Same thing. If no one is giving you food, how you can do work without getting energy? So same thing, without any input, there can be no continuous output. Okay, this is PMM1 machine. Converse of it, reverse of it. What is the reverse of it? See, change the direction, change the direction. So what will happen? Let us see. We have changed direction means there is an engine which is consuming work. In previous case, work was output. Okay. Now here, work is input. You are doing continuous work on some machine, and there is no energy transfer. Again, this is not there. You are doing continuous work on a machine, but what is happening? All the work the machine is absorbing. No output, no energy transfer. Continuously you are doing work on it. In first case, what was condition? It was doing work continuously. Machine engine was doing work continuously. Now here, it is absorbing the work continuously. Is it possible that engine will continuously absorb work and will not perform any other thing? There can be something. There can be increase in friction, something. So there will be some heat transfer. Okay, but in this case, there is no heat transfer. The engine is absorbing the work continuously. This is also not possible. This is the converse of PMM1. Okay, I hope you are clear about energy. What is energy? It is a property of system. It depends on the point. It is not a path function. We have proved it. Then we have seen PMM1 machine and reverse of it. Both things. Okay. Thank you for today's session. I hope this class was fruitful for you, and we will meet you in our next session. Till then, goodbye. Take care.